Hello, everybody. Good to be back with you from the farm here on WKYC.com. Well, should we be worried about the fact that the NFL is going to cut in to the NFL preseason, take it from 4 games and cut it in half down to 2 games? I don't think so. I mean, there are some worries about the NFL and how they're going to do all of this with training camp and travel and big roster size and coronavirus being out there. But as far as the preseason is concerned, I don't think that's a sign that the NFL is in trouble right now, at least right now. Things could change. But here's the deal, really. When you take a look at the NFL preseason, 4 games is a bit lengthy anyway. I mean, even if there was no coronavirus, no pandemic situation, and the state of the world was like it was a year ago, I still think 4 preseason games is a bit lengthy. Do they need 4 preseason games? Well, I don't think so. I think really 2 might be the right number. So this year, and how it's going to work, if everything flows the way they want it to, the Browns and everybody else would report to training camp on July 28th. The Browns would play games 2 and 3 on their preseason schedule. In other words, they would play in Green Bay against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field and then come back home for what would be their final preseason game, and that would be at home against the Minnesota Vikings in a nationally televised game. Now, at least for this year, the reasons for doing this. Number 1 is, remember, there's really been no offseason at all, at least in person by NFL teams. I mean, take a guy like Kevin Stefanski. First year as the head coach, first time as a head coach anywhere. He has not even had an in-person team meeting with his players. Everything's been over Zoom. Everything's been virtually done. That's fine, but I mean, really, person-to-person, coach-to-player contact is absolutely needed. So he's behind the 8 ball even before he begins his day 1 of the Browns head coach in training camp. He's never been with his football team, and that's going to be a struggle. He needs as much practice time as he possibly can get. I don't mean to be like Allen Iverson when he's talking about practice. You mean practice? We're talking about practice? Yes, we are, in this case, for the NFL. All NFL coaches, and especially a guy like our guy, Kevin Stefanski, they need on-the-field practices, as many as they can get. They did not have OTAs. They didn't have rookie minicamps. They didn't have a mandatory minicamp. They had all of these virtual sessions, doing things by tape and then correcting them that way. So I think this is a smart move. The other thing is this. In reality, if you played a 4-game preseason, and you know the drill, I mean, starters in game 1 play 8 to 12 snaps, and then they're done. Starters in game 4, the last game of the preseason, they don't play at all. You don't see them in an orange helmet, in the Browns' case. You see them in golf caps, chuckling on the sideline, getting ready for the start of the regular season. I think in the future, this is the way the preseason is going to go anyway. I think it's going to be down to 2 games. So, are we worried about the NFL season? Yes, but not because they cut the preseason in half from 4 games down to 2. Don't worry until it's time to worry. And thanks for stopping by WKYC.com. I'm Jim Donovan.